As you already know, the game begins with two opposing armies, both having the same power and position. The object of the war is to capture and kill the head of the opposing army, which is the king. In the game of chess, white always has the first move. Some say this gives white a slight advantage by controlling the opening play. But as we all know, once the game begins, anything can happen. The play and the advantages of the opposing armies can shift back and forth, depending on the skills and cleverness of the players. In this game, white will make the first move with pawn to king 4, or in the more common algebraic notation, e4. The new algebraic way of describing moves is a shorthand way of describing a move. But I'm old-fashioned and I like the old, more descriptive notation. But be that as it may, it will have no outcome to the final results of play. And the battle begins. Now, after days of fierce fighting, but the battle seemed to go one way and then the other, we end up in a position where the black army seems to have the advantage. White is down two major pieces. Black has a queen, two rooks, two bishops, and a knight. White has a queen, two rooks, and a bishop. And black seems to have the better development of his pieces. The white queen, the most powerful piece on the board, has wandered off into enemy territory, leaving behind the protection of her army. And black now moves his rook to g7, thereby trapping the queen. You may want to pause the video at this point if you want to evaluate white's poor position. If the queen doesn't move, the rook will take her. But she doesn't have a move without being captured back, so she can only take a minor piece before being killed. It's the 15th round, and things are looking bleak for Rocky. How can he ever come back after this severe beating? But white will not give up yet. There must be a way out of this. Think, she says to herself. And suddenly she sees it. She moves to h8, the corner next to the king, and puts him in check. What? That's suicide. The king must kill her in self-defense. Is the game over? Wait a minute. Here comes one of her loyal subjects, the bishop. She was hoping he would see what her plan was. The white bishop moves to f6 and puts the king in check. The king laughingly moves one square to his right. Ha! I'm too slippery for you, little bishop. So now the bishop is done for and will get killed by the rook at his side. But the bishop just laughs and tells the king, "You may be a sly, slippery blackguard, but as you see, my move uncovered my companion rook, who will now move down to h8 at the corner and checkmate you."